Hello everybody, what is happening? Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about something that has kind of taken the world by surprise, but at the same time we kind of knew it was going to happen. We had this feeling it was going to be imminent. But anyways, before we get into that, of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. You can click the notification bell if you want. Don't really like it, but you can always click it. If you want the daily updates, you can click it. It's just a matter of personal preference. And of course, as you can see, is it 28 days, 27 days until our first live stream? I don't even know. It's July 13 anyways, of course. And from there on, I will be posting live streams subsequently after that. So yeah, all right, so let's get started into the topic of the day, which is going to be covering Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba, once again, the recurring theme here at Real Madrid, or the recurring kind of person that comes up in the transfer window. And he pretty much said, I think it would be a good time to have a new challenge somewhere else. Now, didn't confirm any exits, but when you read between the lines, he wants out. He clearly wants out of Manchester United after having tried to play with Marwan Fellaini. I'm just trying not to laugh here. I'm trying to hold it all in, but as you can see, I mean, when you have Marwan Fellaini as your midfield partner, goodness me, what can you expect? And the likes of Nemanja Matic as well, who has been a pretty good player in general, but he has come to the twilight of his career. He's a little bit slower on the ball than he used to be. He's a little bit slower when tracking back. He's not that great. He's not the player he once used to be. So when you have the likes of Fellaini and Fellaini and Nemanja Matic in your midfield as your midfield partners, what can you expect? What can you expect? And I just don't understand sometimes the Manchester United supporters who criticize Paul Pogba, who lambast Paul Pogba for his I would say for his bad performances, because when you have partners like that, how can you perform well? How can you perform well? Imagine playing, on a football pitch and playing with those players. I don't think you'd be able to perform well either. That's like having a Ferrari and two Toyotas right beside you, and just saying, "Well, try to keep up with me. Try to keep up with me." Impossible. It's an impossible task. It's never going to happen. So there you go. And then let's go to some quotes and exactly what Paul Pogba had to say here. So let's see here. Okay, so this is what he had to say. Like you said, there's a lot of talking and a lot of thinking as well. For me, I have been for 3 years in Manchester and have been doing great. Some good moments and some bad moments, like everybody else. More bad moments, like everywhere else. Okay. After this season and everything that happened this season, with my season being my best season as well, that's a lot of seasons. I think for me, it could be a good time to have a new challenge somewhere else. I'm thinking of this, to have a new challenge somewhere else. So, clearly reiterating that he wants to find somewhere else for a new challenge. Now, whether that be at Real Madrid, whether that be at Juventus, I guess that's another question. But before I get into that, let me just pull this up here. So, Pires had to say a few things about Paul Pogba as well, and I kind of just want to go over them really quick. I don't think they're that pertinent, but I'm just going to go over them. So he said the reason United spent a huge amount of money on him is that they believed in a lot in Paul Pogba because he can be a real leader for their team, which, to be honest, he has been to some extent. I mean, he hasn't been the leader that they expected him to be, but when you have the likes, like I said, of Marwan Fellaini and Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Ashley Young, Lukaku on the same team, then inevitably you're going to fail. It's like having a bunch of Toyotas and having a Ferrari and having the Toyotas try to catch up with the Ferrari. It's just impossible. It's impossible. Not even Ronaldo, not even Messi would have performed very well in that Manchester United team. When the clubs spend a lot of money like this for you, it's because they have faith in you. That's why it's very important to have this point in your head. I know Paul is very intelligent about this. They have invested a lot of money in him. So I believe it's very important that he stays at United and delivers what they know he can produce. I mean, yeah, that's great to some extent, but when you look at the 3 years that he stayed at Manchester United, there hasn't been much progress, and he hasn't really had the chance to really do much, especially with the likes of Fellaini and Matic. I mean, that just comes back to the same point. Anyways, maybe Paul Pogba wants to win this competition with Madrid, but I think he has to play football in the Premier League. I don't understand. Why does he have to play football in the Premier League? La Liga is a very good league also, and it gets a lot of stick. It's very underrated, La Liga. It's always being badly talked about, but you have Gary Neville who came to La Liga, and after that he respected it a lot more. So people who don't respect La Liga needs to take a look at it a little bit and give it some respect, because it deserves respect. So yeah, Paul Pogba basically just saying that he wants to go somewhere else, whether that be at Real Madrid or whether that be at Juventus, is a little bit different. Now, this is another point. Is he going to go to Real Madrid or Juventus? Here's the thing. He already went to Juventus. He did what he had to do. Why would he go back? For me, it does not make sense for him to go back to Juventus. I think that's a step down. I wouldn't say it's a step down from Manchester United, but I would say it's a step down in terms of his career. In the term, if he wants to take an acclivity in his career, then he'll want to go to a club like Real Madrid or like Barcelona, where he has been linked to before. But I think at this point in time, considering that we have Zinedine Zidane as our coach, I think he will want to come more to Real Madrid. Why would he want to go back to Juventus? That's like I'm gonna use the car analogy again, and that's like saying, okay, let's see, what's a nice car but an okay car. Let's say a Bentley, because it's an okay car but it's not the best car. So Paul Pogba tries the Bentley, goes really well. I mean, he does some crazy stuff in the Bentley. Then he goes to Manchester United, which is the Toyota Prius, drives the Prius for 3 years, doesn't seem to work out so well. Then you think he'll want to go back to the Bentley? Well, he could technically, but I think he'll want to go back something even better than the Bentley, which is probably a Lamborghini or a Casaneg, something like that, which is a really nice car as well. But anyways, I think he'll want something more than Juventus. So I think that's why I don't think he will want to go back to Juventus. I think he'll want to go to Real Madrid, where there's a new challenge. He said new challenge. I mean, yes, Juventus is a new challenge to some extent, but Real Madrid is that big new challenge. And this is where he needs to come if he wants to prove that world-class talent that he has. He has to come to Real Madrid. And I've said this time and time again, he is definitely at that level. He's good enough. I know a lot of Madridistas, they'll say, well, no, I don't like him because he dabs too much. But no, he's ultimately, when you look at what he's able to offer in a team, you'll see what he's able to do. You'll figure out the talent. Well, he's not able to do it enough. Well, okay, but in a Manchester United shirt, he's not able to do it. But when you look at his French performances, he's able to do it consistently on a consistent basis with the French team. Why is that? Because he has the right players around him. But he dabs too much. Yeah, it's part of it. That's okay. I don't care as long as he performs on the pitch. Yes, I think he will have declivities. I think there will be times where he won't do so good. But overall, he's a very good talent, and we need to take the risk for me. If we can get him for 150 million, then that's great. Hopefully, we can get him. But he needs to come to Real Madrid if he's ever to prove his world-class talent. That's all I have for you guys today. Of course, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Thank you.